Hey, I'm Ms. Bahak, and in today's episode, I'm excited to share this experiment that I was messing around with and I didn't really expect to work. And it was really a strategy to force the highlights of everything that I've read, down my throat, because I would not really go back to my highlights and I would do a good job, I think, of capturing things that were really interesting to me. It just wasn't really useful because I wasn't revisiting them in any way. And so Readwise is the app. It's one of my favorite apps, to the point where I would be nervous if they went out of business, be like, oh no, there's no other app like this that I can think of. And basically what it does is, if you read on Kindle, everything you highlight automatically kind of gets pushed to Readwise, but I do it physically. I highlight, but then I have to upload it and catalog it later. So you can take a picture of the page of the highlight and, kind of adjust it a little bit and put it in. So that's a different stage of me cataloging. But then it becomes about, okay, now I want to revisit, I want to connect with that material over and over again, right? Because a lot of these things that I'm putting in there, I'm like, I just have a good sense, that part I've developed over the years of like, oh, I'm going to like this later, or this is useful in some way. I should keep this, right? One of the things I really love about Readwise is how they send you an email every morning. And so it has its own kind of mixture of highlights that kind of can take you back to the app, or you can just use that as your review method. But I actually recommend putting a widget on your home screen. And so this is the thing that changed it all for me, where I basically, upon opening my phone, on the second page, I have a Readwise widget that has one of the longer highlights, and there's a couple different options of the style that you can choose. But I like the one where it has a longer highlight, and every 5 minutes or every time you open it up, it kind of refreshes, right? And so I can't tell you the amount of times I've like kind of been pulled in to the app as I've hoping, as I kind of tried to design to do, just by some of the preview highlights that come up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that, or that's exactly what I need right now. And so I really do think that without the widget, I would not be opening up Readwise as much, because it's not Readwise's fault. It's just every app is like this, right? Whenever you add a new app into your life, into your workflow, into your systems, what's going to happen is there's an adjustment period, right? You're getting used to kind of adopting that habit. It's totally normal to completely forget that you ever downloaded this app, and you're like, oh right, this was so important to me, but it's just out of sight, out of mind. Not only did I test this out with myself, but my wife really loves my Readwise account, and we add things together to it. And so it was one of those things where she also wanted to be revisiting it, but she just kind of forgot about it. I did the same thing where there is the widget on her phone, and because who doesn't open up their phone like hundreds of times a day, right? You are going to see 100 highlights or have 100 opportunities to kind of get pulled in, the same way that maybe with 100 Instagram notifications, there's an increased surface area for you to be pulled into Instagram. So you're kind of hacking, what we've gotten used to by doing that with Readwise. And so of course you have to use Readwise in order for this to actually work. But I find that once you have enough highlights in there that you're excited to actually engage with some of that material, it feels fun or fascinating to you, that alone is going to kind of begin to pull you like a magnet into the app. And so the widget is just a way to kind of hack that automatic process of like, when you're tired, when you're not on your game, to be able to still kind of be hit with some of these highlights, I found to be very, very satisfying. So I highly recommend Readwise. Make sure to check out the link in the description below. And of course, if you enjoyed this episode, I think you're going to like this next one.